winds in the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing and about to begin. Can't put me finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen or happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of the laws will grab and undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimani chim chim cherry chim charoo.
Hurry up, Jane, let's run.
Come back here, you little blinders! You've got to do your lesson!
I can't do my lessons if I'm flying kites, and you can't make us shut early and nanny.
Oi, there you again. Come on home.
Good morning, Bert.
Morning, Miss Locke. How's little Libby today?
Oh, very well. Thank you, Bert. Will it be?
By Jove, is that the most beauteous Miss Locke I spy in the world?
Admiral, will it be?
Morning, Admiral. Not to look in.
Dark clouds gathered at number 17. Storm warnings overdue.
Of all London's byways where I doth speak up, this one's the hardest to find on a map. Cherry Tree Lane, as sweet as a song, but the nannies who come here, they don't stay for long. Chim chimani chim chim cherry chim charoo.
Katie Nana! Katie Nana!
Oh, the Toppins have run away from me for the last time!
And who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me! That's it!
I've said my say, Miss Rowe, and that's all I'll say. I'm done with this house forever!
Well, good riddance then. And mind you don't stumble on your way out. Katie Nana, where are you going? Katie Nana! Katie Nana's gone, and is it any wonder? Driven, half demented by your children's pranks.
Do you really think I've made another blunder? What on earth am I to say to Mr. Banks? George, dear, I'm feeling so bereft. Dear, another nanny is left. Dear, every nanny goes. We're unlucky, I suppose.
We are never going to find the perfect nanny.
Nonsense! Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of the household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Quote, the simple truth is you've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern. A nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny's a stalwart. Our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane.
Of course, George.
So take control of situations. Show your authority when interviewing staff. You know your roles. They know their stations. Efficiency and forethought cut the jobs in a briefcase.
I always thought Katie Nana would be firm with the children. She always looks so cross.
Winifred, never confuse efficiency with the liver complaint. Umbrella!
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
I'm afraid that's not realistic, my dear. Few women alive can handle Miss Adams' standards of efficiency. Besides, we can never afford someone her caliber.
Precision and order, he wants nothing less. It's like an army barracks.
Yes, then we're in the mess.
No wonder the nannies
Are driven insane. We're living in a madhouse in Cherry Tree Lane.
Now, Winifred, if you do want to please me,
You know I do, George.
very well. Then place an advertisement in the Times saying that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
It's better to give them answers before they make another mistake.
Yes, I discussed that.
Father,
What's that you're holding, dear?
We've written our own advertisement.
Oh, what on earth? This is...
Please, George, I think you should hear it.
Now waiting for none of your theatrics.
Wanted a nanny for 2 adorable children.
Adorable, that's debatable, I must say.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition. Rosy cheeks, no warts. That's what I put in. Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and fairly pretty.
All the ridiculous...
George, please.
Take us on outings, give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets. Never be cross or cruel, never feed us casserole or gruel. Love us as a son and daughter, and never smell of barley water. I put that in too. If you won't scold and dominate us, we will never give you cause to hate us. We won't hide your spectacles so you can't see. Put toads in your bed, hot pepper in your tea. Hurry, Nanny, many thanks, sincerely, Jane and Michael. Thanks.
That is quite enough tummy rot for one day. Will you please go upstairs and let me get to work?
They were only trying to help.
It won't help anyone to make me late. Where's my hat?
George, dear?
Hat!
I thought you put it down here.
Hat!
Well, I'm sure will the hat constantly disappear.
Need to find a nanny who...
Ah, there it is.
Does it run away?
He's brushed with bow polish.
Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain.
Whilst I remain the sovereign, mind you, use the day well.
Who remains the sovereign?
I shall be home at 6 o'clock sharp.
He remains the sovereign.
A cherry tree lane. Good morning.
Yes?
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisement, not yet.
George and Winifred Banks live here, do we not?
Mr. and Mrs. Banks live here, yes?
And you are looking for a nanny?
Well, I suppose.
Very well then. Now let's see. Plays games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats. Michael, it's our advertisement. Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
What? Oh, none at all.
Glad to hear it.
But, oh, take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And don't forget the references.
I make it a rule never to give references.
But I thought it was usual.
A very old-fashioned idea to my mind. The best people never require them now.
I see. You shall have every third Thursday evening off from 5 till 9.
The best people give every second Wednesday from 6 till 8, ma'am. That is just what I shall take.
Oh, well, it's settled then.
As long as I am satisfied. I'll see the children now, thank you.
Of course. You'll find they're very nice children. This is... oh,
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare. Enclose your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Now, best foot forward. Spit spot.
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny.
She passed to interview then.
Or I did.
Very tidy, I must say. Tighter than I was expecting. And who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Brill. I am.
I like to keep things neat. Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child who's born I can depend on. Who's he when he's at home?
That's Valentine. He's mine.
From the look on his face, I'm not sure he'd agree with you.
He's just a doll, and I don't want to play with him now.
Treat him like that, and he might not want to play with you. Now, first things first. I always say that the proper place to hang a hat It's on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. We'd better keep an eye on this one. It's tricky. Mary Poppins, how could you know we wanted in a nanny? Well, we made our list.
Your list? I am not an item in the weekly shop, thank you very much.
How did you come then? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see.
By the time the wind is blown, the weather vane around, I'll show you if I can. No matter what the circumstance, for one thing I'm renowned. My character is spit, spot, spick, and span.
What about your measurement, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say, each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and painfully sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Ah, lovely. Both prim and proper and never too stern. Well educated yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined, and I wear shoes of the sensible kind. I suffer no nonsense, and whilst I remain, there's nothing else I feel I need explain. I'm practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte. Uncanniness are hard to find. Unique yet me unspeakably kind. I'm practically perfect, not slightly soiled. Running like an engine that's just been freshly oiled. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Well, those are my credentials. Perhaps you have a few questions?
Nor temperamental,
Never.
that grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss? Or have objections to playing with us?
No, I like games, but I choose them.
But that sounds fair.
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember these.
You're practically perfect in every way.
I guarantee.
Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay.
Each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and pitifully sound. Pitifully sound. It's what? Jane rules house, please. I'll take my toast cake, thank you.
But that's not fair.
I never said I was fair. I said I was practically perfect, and here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You will be practically
money, chim chimani, chim chim charoo. I does what I likes, and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screamer, and as you can see, a screamer's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own word from me own memory.
Oh, love me. Not these again.
Come on, Mr. Parkkeeper. It's just me pictures like it always is. There's no harm in them.
I'll be the judge of that. This is my park, and I say you're interfering with the public railing. I won't remove this. That is, just watch it. That's all. Just you watch it.
Stay right where you are. I know that silhouette anywhere. Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say you do look swell.
How does he know you? He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen these two run about chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So, what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called a walk in the park. Some game where I eat spinach.
Come on, Bert, you're due for a break. And you promised you'd take me out when we met again. Or have you forgotten?
Of course I ain't married, but,
Oh dear, is that all you've got? Never mind, my treat. And no one's charging for the trees in the sky, are they?
Mary Poppins, is he really coming with us?
Why shouldn't he?
Well, to start with, he's very dirty, isn't he? Father would never approve.
what's that?
You can't come with us. You're too dirty. And besides, we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you walk with Mary Poppins, you go to places you've never dreamed of. And if she says it's a game, she's got something in mind. You can be certain of that.
This is a picture of the park, isn't it? That's not the park. Not our park, anyway. Look, that trees are much brighter green, and the sky is quite a different blue.
I think you find it's just the way I've drawn it. All that it takes is a spark. Then something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand. Why, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes the rod so light.
Oh, really?
When the day's grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
You do talk nonsense,
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dove. When Mary holds her hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking. Parks are good for us. It's just statues, dogs, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spite us? He could lose her for a look. Perhaps it's all a plot. Or tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know.
Who are you?
I'm Amelia. Surely you knew that. You sat beneath me often enough. I've waited half a century to take a walk on a park one day, just like this.
Ain't it a glorious day? Writes the morning of May.
I feel like I could fly.
Have you ever seen the grass so green or a bluer sky?
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Better days I've never known.
You can ask the classics that vary.
Nothing's
if I may say so, Mary.
Thank you, Bert, and you may.
Each man that with his dog will stand agog to see a statue make a gentle jog. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's married at
Jolly holiday with you, Bert. Gentlemen like you are few. Though you're just a diamond in the rough, Bert, underneath your blood is blue. You'd never think of pressing your advantage. Forbearance is the hallmark of a queen. A lady didn't feel when you were near. Your sweet gentility is crystal clear. It's crystal clear. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you. It's a jolly holiday. A jolly, jolly holiday with you.
Mary? Hey, Mary?
You've only got yourself to blame, Bert.
Let's go for a jaunty saunter. We are bound to make a mark. Looks like all of us are born to take our brother in the park.
Jane, did that really just happen? Yes. But how?
Mary Poppins, of course.
How do you know Mary Poppins?
She's an old friend of my father.
Your father? You're a statue. You can't have father.
Then how do I miss him so much?
Isn't he one of the other statues?
No, he lives far, far away from here.
Do you really miss him?
Wouldn't you miss your father if you never got to see him?
I'll have to think about that.
That's it. That's it. That's what it was. What? The princess have empty. The statue's missing.
Do you mean you've lost your marbles?
This is your fault, ain't it? I knew she had trouble when you first arrived. Now we get the statue missing.
Huh.
What? Oh, Lobby!
Will you play with us again?
Of course, I'm not going anywhere.
Then we'll see you soon. Goodbye, Nelius.
Goodbye.
Mary Poppins, Nelius must be so lonely. Could his father ever come to stay?
Anything can happen if you let it.
How long will you stay?
We'll see.
You won't leave us, will you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay. until the wind changes. Now run along then.
Good night, Jane. Good night, Michael. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Bert.
Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we've had a fantastic day. We sang with the busker, danced with the statue, and met Queen Victoria. You wouldn't have approved, but...
If you know that, then why did you do it?
Daddy, could I have a kite? A proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
When would I have the time to do that?
Daddy, who was the father of Nelius?
Will you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites and his beloved astronomy, of course.
I used to love astronomy at his age. My nanny, Miss Andrews, who beat it out of me.
I suppose we do need a nanny, George. Is it out of the question to do without one?
Don't be absurd. Of course we need a nanny. All the best people have nannies. So the wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming on?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd to invite people that I hardly know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends. Actually, I heard from Clemmy Bunting today. She's rehearsing a new play at the moment, and I thought I might ask her...
How many times must I tell you? I wish you to sever all connection with that part of your life.
George, I was an actress. Lots of people might find that interesting. Though you always talk as if I should be ashamed of it.
Well, it's not exactly something to be proud of. Winifred, dearest, I am only thinking of you. I want people to admire you, to respect you.
I know, George, but sometimes it's hard.
It is not hard. It is your job to be Mrs. Banks.
And what is your job?
To pay for everything.
Yeah, right.
What is it?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh, all right. Are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well, but just make sure she's doing things our way and not hers. What good are rules if you can bend them? We need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Being Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, and yet it's one which I don't seem too good at on the whole. I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, I have a name that tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing tests of character, I always seem to fail. And as for his best people, well, I'd like to say no thanks. They're not exactly my idea of being Mrs. Banks.
I still feel as if I'm dreaming so much fun just one day when Mary holds your hand. You feel so grand, your heart starts beating like a big brass band. I'm sure Nelius is beaming at home she will stand.
Good night, Nelius.
That's her.
Let's hope she will stand.
Precision and water.
Winds do change, tides can't turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just learn a trade, so I learned them all. Chim chimani, chim chim cherry.
Morning, Bert. Smoking the legs today, I see.
Gonna keep the streets shipshape, Admiral?
Tell me, how are things going number 17? All playing the same with Mary Poppins, I trust. This will rougher than a heavy voyage, Admiral.
Come on, Miss Lark. Those children need is a touch of the captain's knife on the outhouse.
What those children need, Admiral, is a touch of happiness. Will it be
Mrs. Brill, don't make the sandwiches too early. They'll be stale before the guests arrive.
Everything's under control, ma'am.
And what about the cake?
Cooling on the tray, waiting to be iced.
And you're quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure. And in case you're worried, I have not been exchanged by the fairies for a total nincompoop.
No.
No!
I'll just go and check on the drawing room then.
I like to be helpful.
And I'd like to be rich, but the good Lord thought otherwise. Mother wants you in the drawing room. Well, she can't have me. I've got enough on my plate as it is. She says you can tell Roberts and I what to do. Does she indeed? Well, why don't I go and have a smoke near the gasworks for good measure?
Please, Miss Brill. I don't mind. Honest.
All right. I will give you one task and one task only. And so help me, if you get this wrong, I will swing for you and sing as they pull the lever.
What is it?
Put the icing tools next to the cake.
Icing tools next to the cake.
And I'll need a bowl of hot water to warm them.
A bowl for the hot water.
I will make the icing as soon as I'm back.
I will make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Now, do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. Once the cake's done, I have the sandwiches next, because Madame wants them fresh. So I can't start them until there's no time to finish them. I swear, a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house. All I ever do is work, day and night, all over. Oh, Miss Mother wants you in the drawing room. No, this is the Mrs. Brill, do they? No, they don't. Well, don't just stand there, Roberts and I.
Right. No.
What are you looking for?
A bowl for the hot water.
Michael, why don't we make the icing? Because we don't know how. Don't be so feeble. Get the eggs. If Mrs. Brill can do it, it can't be that hard. Are there eggs in icing? There are in mine.
I don't think Miss Brill will thank you.
Then she'll be guilty of great ingratitude. Is it supposed to look like that?
It doesn't look like that when Miss Brill does it.
Don't be impertinent and get me the cake.
Honestly, Miss Jane, I was only trying to help. If you would.
Mrs. Brill, you can go up and get ready now. Oh my goodness, Roberts and I! Should I call a doctor?
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary, ma'am.
How can you two be so unkind when you know how important my party is to me? You deserve some very nasty medicine indeed. Just you wait till bedtime.
Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, ma'am. Why don't you think it changed? We'll clear up here, won't we?
But I'm not ill. I don't take it. You can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
And I'm not sure I care. Open.
Lime cordial.
Now, off we go, you two. My friend don't like to keep things neat, Jane.
I told you she was tricky. Must we? Can't Roberts and I do it when he wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you get through a lot of stuff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there's an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game. Every task you undertake
piece of cake. Our love, us free, it's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Never mind what exactly, the honey bees that fetch the nectar from the flower to the core never tire, ever buzzing to and fro, because they take a little nip from every flower that they sip, and hence they find their task is not a grind. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Got some sauces, please? Oh, you usually do it, Michael.
Mary Poppins, you're a miracle worker. How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
So, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The medicine go down.
Medicine go down.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. In a most delightful way. Come on, children, let's go forward.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently these came this morning and Robertson and I forgot to give them to you. Their apologies, ma'am. Your guests? They're not coming. None of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong day?
No, ma'am. I think you asked the wrong people.
In the most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, what are we doing today?
I'm up to play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the left.
That's not a game. Did Daddy agree? If he did, you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say! Me putting ideas into other people's heads? Really?
Precision and order comes in a wheel. Opening a letter, closing a deal. Prudent investment, financial sense.
Great men have dreams of power and position, and it's our job to back them to the hills. For shrewd investment and advice, they'll pay our price. The bank upon which banks our bills. Banks, what? I see everyone hustlers coming in again today. You made your decision.
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Be sure it's the right one.
In every transaction, credit or debt, sheets are all well balanced, targets are met.
Our banks, what objections can you have? Our security is more than adequate, and Latin America has an expanding market. What is the matter? Have you no courage?
But Mr. Von Hustler, what I haven't been able to grasp is, what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money, but I wonder, making money out of money, is that enough?
I am man enough to be a banker. Our man has dreams of building an empire to make his name in many distant lands. And in the new world, I am told, they'll soon strike gold. That is our chance with both our hearts.
Assessing the market, limit the risk, little room for error, business is brisk.
Have you come to a decision yet, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance, you won't regret it. The factory could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'll give it everything I've got. Believe me.
I do believe you, Miss Northbrook, and I tried to find a way, but the just is not the collateral.
What about my workforce? Decent men who want a better life. They're my collateral. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Miss
Hello, Daddy.
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done. And no man should be too busy for his own children. What are you here for, young man? Are you here for some money as well?
Oh, hardly. What would they need money for?
Well, it's never too early to turn its value.
I know the value of this. 6 pence.
No, that's its worth. Its value is how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
What is the meaning of this? Really, Mary Poppins, I am not without a sense of humor.
Aren't you, Daddy?
No, I am not. But when I was a little boy, I would never have dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course I was, but my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way, and he'd have been very annoyed if she hadn't.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Didn't they mind?
Mind? They were glad to be rid of me.
Then who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrew?
Oh, certainly not. There was no time for hugs or kisses and all that soppy nonsense. What's the matter?
Poor Daddy.
Poor? What do you mean, poor? That's what made me the man I am. Hey, Mary Poppins?
Yes, I'm afraid it's due.
That's enough. You've seen why I work, and I have a great deal to do.
Daddy, when you invest the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea, but a good man is much rarer and far more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mr. Von Hustler, I've considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I do recognize a good man when I see one.
So well requested of banks!
A man has dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes and missions to fulfill. A man more certain at first glance deserves a chance. Well, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly could the factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret it.
exaggeration. She's not horrible in the least.
But she's just a bundle of old rags.
When will you learn to look past what you see? Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes. In her own special way to the people she calls.
Come by my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them you can, and you'll be glad if you do. The young ones are hungry, the nests are so bare. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence, 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 tuppence.
Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead the birds fill the skies.
What are you doing?
I'm going to give her my sixpence.
What a way.
That's a matter of opinion. Here, one bag, please. Save your sixpence. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she says her prayers. Although you can see them, you know they are smiling each time someone shows that he cares. Though her words are simple and few, listen, listen, she's calling to you.
Feed the birds, tuppence above, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence above.
All gone.
Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence
You don't say. Well, she is now. You can tell yourself.
Isn't that Miss Lark's dog Willoughby?
Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Really? Well, if she keeps wandering off like that, perhaps it'd be best if you kept her on a lead.
Willoughby!
Oh, look, here she comes now.
Okay, Willoughby, Mommy's here. You know, sometimes you don't think you can talk.
But can Willoughby really talk?
Of course he can. Getting him stops the problem.
How do you learn to talk dog?
How do you think? Master the grammar
Practice when you can.
and avoid mongrels.
Far too much slang.
Come along, I can't stand here all day talking shop.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
Well, there's only one. It belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who's Mrs. Corey?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey's older than anyone in the world. She talked to William before he went conquering, to Vlad before he went to Paling, and at Alexandria when he worked so great.
There is no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
That's it! I've run out of conversations!
Good day to you, Mrs. Corey.
Well, 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 if it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us.
And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give his nanny the slip and come visit me in my shop in secret.
It can't have been the St. George Banks. That would have been 40 years ago, and no one can remember back that far.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything.
And I remember your father used to love my gingerbread. I wonder if we've got any left today. Annie, Fanny, look lively!
Yes, Mother.
There you are, gingerbread pieces with gingerbread stars. Georgie always saved his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I didn't want him out of conversations.
Well, I'm out of conversations, and I'm right out of words, too. You see, we've had a lot of chatterboxes in here today. But let me see what we have left. Well, I do have some letters and a little bit of back chat. An ounce, you say? That'll be 15 letters. Go on, take your pick.
Jane, you can choose 7.
I've got a P, A, S, E, C, U, and G. They're no good. You can't make words out of them.
Your turn, Michael. 7 more.
I've got T, I, L, D, F, O, and R.
And I'll choose and X. Now, what words can we make?
Well, I see dog and cat.
Routerplex, that's 9.
La Pitifris, that's 11, nearly there.
Those don't count. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letter more than once. Now let me see. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word. Unless I'm very much mistaken, it's going to prove to be a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation key. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Exactly what you want to lie. When Stone Age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
Though if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
That's right, I'm sure Egyptian pharaohs would have grasped it in a jiff. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Saying it and wild animals would not seem so ferocious.
Add some further flourishes, it's so real precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Druids could have carved it on a mighty monolith.
The ancient Greeks, I'm certain, would have used it in their myths.
I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a word like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Yeah. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know, you can't say it backwards, which is Sulai, Expelgoff, Philocrupus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
The cat is culture tongue, there's no need for dismay. To sum it up, this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants at 60,012 and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always come precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The winds may blow, but who should know exactly what they're bringing? Good news or bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging.
Right. Put the steps there and stand back. You are never to come near that vase, nor no one else but me neither. That is an heirloom.
Heirloom?
And while I do this, stay totally immobile.
Immobile?
Do not move a muscle.
Muscle?
Do not breathe. Do you hear me?
Well, I may as well be dead.
Don't give me ideas.
A game is played, a change is made, and still the road is long. And though they might yet fly a kite, sometimes the wind is too strong.
George, what's happened? Are you ill?
No. Should I be?
Of course not. Only why are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong.
My dear, what is it?
If you must know, I refused some German chap alone. It seems he's gone to our chief rivals. They gave him the money, and now it's turned into a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
Oh, can't they? That's exactly what they expect.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough.
That is more than loud enough. Go to your room.
But we were just.
I don't carry you just upstairs now. Where is my briefcase? I know I put it here. Michael, Jane, will you give it to me? Must I put up with this behavior? You're their mother. Why can't you do something?
Well, I can try not shouting for a start.
Mary Poppins, you are here to teach the children manners. And just look at them. They're a pair of little savages. Oh, if I had my way, you'd be out of this house by...
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, don't bring the children down tonight. I'm afraid Mr. Banks is quite exhausted. Perhaps you could keep them occupied.
I hope you haven't forgotten, ma'am. Tonight's my evening out.
What?
Oh dear, I had forgotten. And I suppose the best people wouldn't ask you to change your plans.
No, ma'am, they wouldn't.
I thought not.
It's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and was shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten, and I hate him.
Jane, you take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father.
Why not? He criticizes you. Last week he said you were neither use nor ornament.
How dare you?
I heard him say it, so did you.
Sometimes people say things they don't mean. Take the children upstairs, please, Mary Poppins. George,
What is it now?
I thought you might like to talk about it.
Oh, what would be the point?
Perhaps I can help.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm serious, George. If you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. The fact is, I've been suspended without salary until they decide what to do with me.
Twist and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. But bad-tempered faces had better change quick. 'Cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim cherry, chim cherry.
It's not fair. You're going out and we get left on our own.
You've plenty of toys to play with.
I don't want to. They're boring.
They might say the same about you.
Why does Daddy get so cross? Fathers are supposed to look after the children, not to yell at them all the time.
Maybe. But have you asked yourself, who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down. For a while longer.
I don't want to be in an upside down family. I wish I could just run away. Why don't you? Somebody went adopting. Because you'd miss me.
No, I wouldn't. I could have toys.
No, you could not. I could, and I jolly well would. Give that to me. Now look what you've done.
That is no way to treat Valentine. What's he ever done to you?
He's a doll, silly. He can do anything.
That'll be all you two. Now into bed at once.
But we haven't had our milk.
There'll be no buts and no milk either. If you can't be good, you may as well be sorry.
I wish you would just leave us alone.
Be careful the things you wish for. Poor Valentine, go inside and make yourself presentable.
I'm not tired. I won't go to bed, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
your information
is faulty. Playing the game, taking your turn. Some children lose, some children learn. Treat the toys nicely, and maybe they'll treat you the same. Playing the game. Are you feeling any better, Valentine?
Much better. Thank you.
Tempers are frayed, tempers are lost. Nobody stops to think of the cost.
But they tore my arm again.
Oh dear, children who lose their temper will lose everything else in the end.
They're not playing the game, not playing fair. Not with the doll, not with the bear. Thrown on the floor and neglected, and they were to blame. Playing the game. Please tell them, Mary Poppins.
Why don't you tell them?
What's going on? What's happened to the toys? Make them go small and get back in the boxes.
Why? You cut them and called them names, and now it's their turn. Summon the toys. Now is the time to tell of your woes, to tell of that crime.
Crime! Crime!
Come on, come on. Enter the fray.
So there.
So there, indeed. Playing the game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all. Will we beat again to play the game? Is that you, Bert?
Up where the smoke is all billowed in curls, between pavement and stars is a chimney sweep's world, where there's hardly no day nor hardly no night. There's things off in shadows and off-ways and light. On the rooftops of London. Cute, what a sight.
So you're sweet now, are you?
The best view in the world, eh? And you get to see it. The birds, the stars, and the chimney sweeps. Nothing to beat it, eh? Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think of sweeps on the bottommost rung. Though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world there's no happier blow. Chim chimani, chim chimani, chim chim chubby. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimani, chim chimani, chim chim chubby.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
But
and that's lucky too. Oh, you're going then?
the wind has changed.
But the good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothered with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me. There's no one so hard to teach as a child who knows everything.
So?
So they've got to do the next bit on their own.
Chim chimani, chim chimani, chim chim chubby.
When you're with us, you're in glad company. Goodbye, Bert.
Chim chim, chim chim cherry. When you're with the sweep, you're in glad company. Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them's what sings chim chim cherry, chim charoo. Chim chimani, chim chim cherry, chim.
Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye out for me.
She can't have left us. Oh, yes, she can. And she's taken all our toys.
What in the name of heaven are you two doing out here? Where's Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone? Well, if that doesn't take the bloomin' biscuit.
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
Well, it's French, I know that. Does it mean God bless you? Or is it good luck? No, I remember now. It means till we meet again. Now, come inside before you catch your death. They get through nannies for a flippin' pastime. Now when one returns, they make this fearful fuss. Never liked her much, she was here the last time.
At least she makes life easier for both of us.
This is rude. It is her, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
Why is it such a secret?
Do you think that she's returned to get things back the way they were?
The note says till we meet again.
I just know it must be her.
Oh my goodness, she'll be here any moment. Where's George? George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises at the best of times.
Not this time, darling. I do believe you're going to be proud of me for once. Precision and order is perfectly true. Can really make a difference. I found her for you. Clear thinking, sound judgment, and now we'll repay. A home you can be proud of in Cherry Tree Lane. Hurry up, everybody, into the hall. I want her to find everything. Spit, spot, speak, and
Spin and span, a sense of excitement is hard to contain.
Order is returning.
Wonder is returning. Someone is returning to Cherry Tree Lane.
Good morning.
The Holy Terror!
Miss Andrew, it is so lovely to finally meet you. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. I never enjoy travel. You must be Paul George's wife? Your flower beds are disgracefully untidy. Take my advice and plant evergreens, or better yet, nothing there at all. Just a plain cement courtyard.
Oh, but Miss Andrew, I am so fond of flowers.
Then you are a very silly woman. Where did George go?
I'm afraid he had an urgent appointment.
For no doubt he was late as usual. It's not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
Then it doesn't take a lot to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There and there.
We're rather short-staffed at the moment.
Hasn't anyone ever cleaned those curtains?
Oh!
Now wait just a minute! Ah, you must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Actually fine! Your chain, I suppose? Why aren't you wearing your stockings?
I don't like them.
Tut, what manners? I see there's not a moment to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance, I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and cod liver royal, liver doses of each. These are the treats from which children recoil, the lessons I'm going to teach. Just follow my model and don't mollycoddle. It may lead the irksome to irk. So seek satisfaction from punitive action. Brimstone and treacle will work. Open.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse.
Do I have to?
But I open. Brimstone and treacle, come on, exalt. These are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, don't stand alone. I've seen that changes are made. Where manners are chronic, my teacher's the tonic that's certain to wipe off a smirk. So pour miss her. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm disappointed. Truly I am. I really thought it was going to be, you know, with the umbrella.
What are we going to do? The only thing we can do. Run away.
Easy now, your friend ain't gonna hurt you.
Oh, Bert, it's you. You're filthy.
Yeah, perhaps a smudge or two. It just so happens today I'm a chimney sweep. So what's the matter? Who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
The nastiest nanny in the world, eh? Well, you two should know. You've been through enough of them. Is she really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young. Miss Andrew was Daddy's nanny. It explains a lot. Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help, but now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'll tell you what. Why don't we start things off with a bit of shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you bring us luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's lucky to shake a sweep's hands?
And what do you do if you want some luck back?
Oh? Well, I shake hands with myself. Now, what have we got here?
Michael, look, it's a real one. What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite. I've always wanted to fly one with Daddy.
Of course you have. Well, you need to know how it's done. Get some training in, and you're making the proudest father in the country.
You really think so? Yeah. Weren't you saying that?
Did I say country? The whole blooming empire, more like. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your unsettled wings. With your feet on the ground, you burn and fight with your fist on tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Try again.
Try again.
What's this? What's this? We don't allow litter here.
It isn't litter, it's a kite.
Oh, a kite, is it? I would. It is a kite. I haven't flown a kite since I was a boy. Now we'll wind her up, give her a run, the way she'll fly.
I want to do it.
She'll let me hope, won't you? Since I haven't flown a kite since I was a boy.
All right.
When you send it flying up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance over the breeze, over houses and trees, with your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. Reel it in.
I can't stop. I'll help.
Now, May.
You can do it all one more time.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I knew you'd come back.
Don't squeeze, I'm not deciding it is. And where are your hats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
Why not, may I ask?
Because we've run away.
Have you indeed?
It's been so awful since you've been gone. And now Miss Andrew's coming. Daddy's ruined
and we never helped him like he wanted us to.
Oh my, I wish your life's a tragedy. Now come along and don't dawdle.
But Chief then, she came this morning as a surprise for Nettie.
Did she? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. It was a lovely greeting, Bert.
I meant it, Mary. Welcome. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
I told you they're good kids, Mary.
I told you they were worth bothering with.
Now see here, it's the congratulations. Coming down from the sky like that, and where from? Eh? I'd like to know where from.
If I were park keeper, I should straighten my cap and button my shirt. Hello, children.
Aren't you going to shake hands with birds from the luck?
No.
Why not? We have.
I don't need any luck, thank you.
Illusions may shatter, but memories stay. The things that really matter, I lost on the way. The sovereign, the master, and long may he reign. The fame is good for nothing. Cherry tree.
But this time they're not being naughty. I'm afraid we made them unhappy. I'm afraid we made everyone unhappy.
Don't worry, I'll turn up soon.
George, dear, I know it hurts your pride, dear. But you can't just run and hide, dear. Why can't you see the time here and I am on your side? Whenever you spoke of Miss Andrew, you showered the woman with praise. But now that I've met dear Miss Andrew, there are one or two things I rephrase. To think you were raised by that monster and carried that burden through life. If only you had seen that you could share it with your wife. Mrs. Banks, it's easy to forget the way I felt that summer's day, the day that we first met. Being Mrs. Banks, being kissed by you, a man of dreams who made me feel that wishes could come true. And now, although you're lost, it's time that we close ranks. I'll fight for the man who needs free, the real you who no one may see, and you'll find a way or just be Mr.
Perhaps she's killed everyone. Perhaps they're all dead.
Not like that, you stupid boy!
Well, they're not all dead. What's that noise?
It's a bird, I might have known. Did she? Well, frankly, that's not a surprise. Locked in this cage and not free in the skies for 2 years. How shameful. Yes, of course, that's a field I know well. An hour no longer, your wings will grow stronger. Once you are free from this cell.
What kind of bird is it?
It's a lark. You will see a lark in a cage for the first time and the last.
don't mention it.
I'm going downstairs to fetch my love, Crusoe. You stay there and clean that grate again. So you've decided to come crawling back, have you? I think we both know this. Crusoe and shriek, they don't drink liquor that will make runaways stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every straw.
Is this what you're looking for?
Who are you?
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, but you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
And what would you expect me to do? Pack! Pack! You insolent young person! How dare you speak to me that way! Silly little girl with your new venom methods. I bring up children so they know their place. Steady prostitution, I govern my charges.
Mishandled charges blow up in your face.
I brought up their father.
Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud of the way he turned out.
A shining example, a pillar,
A post. They all have their problems, but him more than most.
Where's my love? Caruso! Let my little lark out of his cage. Now you will bear the full brunt of my rage. Brimstone and tree. Brimstone and tree.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and tree.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and tree.
Just a spoonful of sugar. Oh, 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 oh,
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from?
She came from Aunt Michael.
Michael, Jane, oh thank heavens. But you're very naughty to have gone running off like that. And I should be angry as anything. If I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
she's left.
Left. How peculiar. Mary Poppins, if you're back, are you going to stay?
I'll stay for as long as necessary, ma'am.
Because the last time you left without a word of warning, how do I know you won't do it again?
You don't.
Oh,
Excuse me, ma'am.
Constable, I'm so sorry to have bothered you, but they're back and...
All of them, ma'am.
What?
Found this one wandering in the park.
George!
Where is she?
Miss Andrew, she's left.
Left? But how?
She might have thought we were rude.
Rude? To Miss Andrew? Well, I can't forgive it, but I'll try to forget. In fact, I'd have given you 6 pence if I had one.
George, you haven't noticed. Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, well, Mary Poppins. I wonder if I might have a word. There's no point in beating about the bush. Things have not gone well since you left us, and...
About my wages, sir, I shouldn't take any just now. I should prefer to let them accrue.
But Mary Poppins, if you only knew how many payments are accruing as it is.
Is everything settled then?
Yes. Now I must get started. Jane, Michael, spit spot! Are the trains playing up, or is Mrs. Brill
After so many years of good service, what's the worst that can happen?
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we'll be destitute. The servants will leave, the house will be repossessed, and we'll be out with the children on the frosty curbside.
But we'll still have what really matters, the children and each other.
You're practically perfect in every way.
Pretty.
Practically perfect. We hope you'll stay. Uncanny, very so hard to find.
Unique yet weak, unspeakably kind.
I'm practically perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's still room for improvement. A few games more.
Is that slogan new?
It is.
What's inside it?
Portrait. Whose? You'll know when the time comes and not before.
You are sailors this time, aren't you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay until the chain breaks.
What chain? Where?
Michael, you must be careful. The room's a bit excited to see you back. You never know what might happen around the fireplace.
Michael, calm down. Mary Poppins, what's happening? Mary Poppins, help! Hello there.
Hello, Michael? Jane?
Bert, what you doing up here?
And where else should a chimney sweep be? A chimney swept, a secret kept, up here above the gables. Another world to be inferred, it ain't just myths and fables. A chimney stack looks cold and black against the twilight sky. But never fear, there's one appear, perhaps you'll find out why.
What do I look like? That's better.
The wood's awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
It's awfully small and unimportant.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Not us so much, but our troubles. They seem so big down the nursery, but up here...
That's more like it. Troubles are never so bad when you look at them a little higher up. And always remember, there's plenty of folk ready to help you should you need them.
Who?
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cherry. Now guardian angels you don't often see. They're not highfalutin, not grand nor alert. Nah, they're covered in soot and they're up on your roof.
Chim chimney, chim chim cherry.
See, it's true.
Brush away the dirt and soot.
Brush away your tears.
Cobwebs that are swept away.
Hang around for you. In all weathers of all us, we can see for miles.
Special delivery, 7 times. Special delivery, 7 times. Every reason, every rhyme. Special delivery, 7 times.
Time to go now. Good night, Governor.
Good night, Governor, 7 times. Good night, Governor, 7 times. Every reason, every rhyme. Good night, Governor, 7 times. Good night, Governor. Good night, Governor. Good night, Governor. Cheerio, Governor.
Not so fast. Upstairs now. Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, would you be good enough to explain?
I'd like to make one thing very clear.
Yes?
I never explained anything.
It's happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business. Tonight.
Tonight? Well, I'm going to come with you, and jolly well give that chairman of yours a piece of my mind.
That would only make matters worse. We might as well face it. In just a few hours, I will have joined the ranks of the unemployed.
Oh, George, are you quite sure?
Quite sure. So, we'd better start making some plans. In fact, I'm afraid the time has come.
Do you mean your mother's face? Won't you miss it terribly?
Needs must, my dear. We always said we were saving it for any day. And tomorrow, it looks set to pour.
George, do be careful.
Ah, the apple! Mr. Banks, I am so sorry. I never was so
Mrs. Brill, let's go to the kitchen. You had better sit down.
I can't believe this. I can't believe
Mrs. Brill, is that the dinner cooking?
Don't you start! I have opened all the windows!
I was only going to say it smells delicious.
The whole world has gone upside down!
Well, I never. So that's where I put them.
What are they?
Stars. The gingerbread stars I hid once from my nanny. I always knew I'd put them somewhere no one could find them. Trouble was, I couldn't find them either.
They're very bright.
Aren't they? Even after all this time?
Here, let me give you a hand.
I used to dream that when I grew up, I'd learn everything there was to know about the stars. Funny, I haven't thought about all that in years. I'm not usually sentimental.
So good to look back sometimes.
Is it? I'm not so sure. A man has dreams of walking with giants to carve his niche in the edifice of time. Before the mortar of his zeal has the chance to congeal, the cup is dashed from his lips, the flame is snuffed to morning, and he's left to rack and to ruin in his prime.
Life's a go, Governor, and that's the truth.
You know what I think? It's that Mary Poppins woman. From the moment she stepped into this house, things began to happen to me. My world was calm, well-ordered, exemplary. Then came this person with chaos in her ways. And now my life ambitions go with one fell blow. It's quite a bitter pill to take. It's that Poppins woman, I'm sure of it.
I know the very person. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself an healthy helping every day.
A healthy helping of trouble, if you ask me.
Like you say, Governor, you've got to grind, grind, grind at the grindstone. Though childhood slips like sand through a sieve. And all too soon they've up and grown, and then they've flown. And it's too late for you to give just that spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down, the medicine go down, the medicine go down. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert, and good luck to you too.
Father,
What is it?
we've come to say goodnight.
Ah, yes. Good night.
Daddy, do you remember when we came to the bank?
Yes?
Well, we were each given a sixpence. We were told to spend them carefully.
Indeed.
Well, we've saved them. Now we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this?
No, she hasn't said a word about it. But we know things have been rough around here lately, and we haven't really been much help.
And we thought a little bit of extra cash might loosen things up a little.
There's a whole shilling.
Thank you.
Good night, Daddy. We do love you, you know.
Jean, do you remember when you asked me who Helios' father was?
Yes?
Well, it was Poseidon, king of the sea. Good night.
Mummy, Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But always remember that he loves you very much, and that's far more important than jobs, or houses, or anything else.
Are you going to the bank with him?
I wish he'd let me, but he won't. If only there was someone to speak up for him, or to take his part in all this, to show them what he's really like inside.
Why can't he do that for himself?
Because he's a man, and a very proud one.
Then you must go.
I'd like to go, but I'm afraid it just isn't possible.
Why not?
Because I'm a woman.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible, if we can only get out of our own way.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can let it. Doesn't have to be so. Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a model. You can be a butterfly,
Or just stay loving. Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
take some advice and don't forget it. Anything can happen if you let it.
I wonder.
Anything can happen if you let it. You won't know a challenge until you've met it.
No one does it for
take it as a great favor. Will you kindly feed them for me?
Tuppence, 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 tuppence.
Precision and order, paying one's debts. Shifting our investments, hedging our bets.
Come in, Banks.
Trading in futures, jobs on the line.
Well, Banks, how did it happen? You turned down a scheme that was bound to make millions, and we want to know why.
Then I'll tell you. I refused Von Hustler because his scheme was hollow. It had no prime. It had no substance. It had no meaning outside the walls of a bank. Yes, he told me about assets and profits and growth, but there was not a word about people. I know that if a man puts any value on real life, then, as far as you're concerned, he's a washout. But I'm afraid I do value a gentleman. In short, George Banks, Esquire, has rediscovered the human race. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I do not apologize for understanding that there are more important things in life than making money.
Ruining the bank? Ruining the bank? Ruining the bank? My dear chap, what are you talking about? You saved our bacon. Haven't you heard? Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rivals. You saved us from the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We're offering ours.
Oh my word!
And another thing, you remember giving a loan to a fellow named Northbrook? Well, he's paying it, opening 2 new factories. With the percentage you negotiated, he was set to make a fortune.
Oh my word!
Well, that's just it. We very much hope you might tell us how you did it. Just give us the word. It'll be quite safe with us.
Give you the word? Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite extraordinary. Saying that you'll always have precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Thank you.
Now, Banks.
Forgive him. It wasn't his fault. It was all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror!
She told everything I know. And now's your chance to forget.
And if you want someone to fight about it, then you've come to the right woman.
It's all right, darling. It's all right. I haven't lost any money at all. In fact, I made the bank a fortune.
Really?
Gentlemen! Now, madam, if you please, we still have some business to conduct. Well, Banks, George, by way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the position of senior manager with the salary at double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple. Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. We are not a codfish.
Well,
I accept. But you must understand one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
agreed?
Agreed.
Oh, Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you. How can you forgive me?
How can you ask?
It was selfish of me to keep you off the stage like that. You'll want to go back, and I don't mind if you do.
No, I loved it. But I think I found a role I'd rather prefer, and it's going to keep me extremely busy for a very long time.
Anything can happen, raise the curtains. Things we thought impossible will soon seem certain. Though at first it's based on clownish, see the world more upside downish. Turn it on its head and mirror reality.
Anything can happen if you let it.
If you reach for the stars, all you can tell the stars that we found a whole new sea.
after, won't they?
Of course.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it was the best yet. To be up in the heavens. Do you think we'll ever go back there?
Yes, someday.
Really? Will it be soon?
No, not for a very long time. But you can keep an eye on the stars until you return.
Here. But it's your telescope.
So it is. Keep it if you like as a present.
Thank you.
Now run along in, it's getting cold.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You're a fine boy, Michael Banks. And one day you will be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins, it makes you so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
All gentle and kind, not a bit like yourself. Be cross, Mary Poppins. Do be cross again.
Is that the thanks I get for the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
The dainty bird.
They're yours, Mary. I painted them for you. It's tonight, isn't it?
It is.
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Bye, bird. Look after yourself.
Every joy, when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done, though in your heart you like to stay, to help things on their way. You've always known they must do it alone.
There. Practically perfect. And the temperature remains so.
What's happened? Something's changed. Look, it's Mary Poppins' locket. But the chain's broken. Don't you remember? Or stay until the chain breaks. There's a note, too. What does it say? Michael has a telescope, so this is for you. It's a portrait of the three of us. And look, she signed it. For Mary Poppins, with a good deal of love.
Mary Poppins?
She's gone.
Gone. How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now, what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen.
Could we fly together?
Oh, Daddy! Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how on earth could you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her, not anymore. And other families will, won't they, Daddy?
They will.
Do you think she's right, George? Do you think we really could do without a nanny from now on?
I think you'd better come dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look, wasn't that a shooting star?
You borrowed my telescope.
I was right. Wish on it, children. My dearest love.
We won't forget you, Mary Poppins. We'll never forget.
all the seniors, and I'm already crying. So our first senior is Victoria Norland. She's been in 15 plays and she plans on attending Bowling Green State University for musical theater. Next is Sam Elliott. He's been in 5 plays. He plans on attending Grand Valley State University for business management. Mason Veltman. He's been in 7 plays, and he plans on attending Central Michigan University for a minor in business and major in athletic training, then going to grad school for physical therapy. Prewa Thavila. This is her first play, and after this year she plans on going back to be in grade 12 in Thailand. Felicity Soares. She's been in 2 plays, and she plans on attending Saginaw Valley State University for music education. Joey Marinta. She's been in 3 plays and plans on going to Western Michigan University for pre-medicine. Dane Norton. This is his 4th play, and he plans on going to Michigan Tech for engineering. Emerson Klustaw. This is his 7th play, and he plans on going to Saginaw Valley State University for mechanical engineering, then going to grad school. Sydney Lademan. This is her 7th play. She's done 2 crew plays. She plans on going to Avita Institute for Beauty School. Kayla Scheiberger. This is her 7th play, and she plans on going to Central Michigan University for business. Morgan Green. This is her 3rd play, and she plans on going to Western Michigan for psychology. Savannah Withers. She's been in 11 plays and plans on going to Brigham Young University for media arts to be a publisher and playwright. Callie Reed. She's been a part of 16 plays and crew for 2 with the Ogemaw Youth Theater. She plans on going to Northern Michigan University for a major in clinical psychology and minor in theater to eventually practice drama therapy. Victoria?
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Mason, for telling me it's the on button. Okay. So I was given the honor of handing out gifts to our directing staff this year. So So first I have a gift for Mr. Kevin Salisbury, who it happens to also be his birthday today. Happy birthday, Mr. Salisbury. Thank you so much for coming with us. He has been, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Salisbury. Happy birthday to you.
Lots of everything.
Yeah. It's been such a great, year having you on our staff because the boys have grown so much. I have noticed just having another guy around to teach them. So Mr. Salisbury is one of our music directors this year. Ms. Ahern, who is our producer this year, she took over the position this year. So I have a gift for you. You're welcome. Mr. Salisbury, here's a card. I'm sorry. Miss Rao is one of our other music directors. She's been with us multiple years now, and
I have taught some of these kids when they were in kindergarten. Little Joey sang just like that in kindergarten with his nose in the air. And I'm going to miss you all so much, you seniors. Love you.
And then lastly, we have our director, stage manager. She does everything for us. She has so many roles. So yeah, there's that, and I'm done crying now, so I'm sorry.
I think it's dead. Okay, thanks guys, everybody for coming out tonight. I'm losing like 14 seniors. My heart is breaking. And Ben, Walby, you got a huge job ahead of you. We've lost half of our crew. So this has just been a great time and a great cast, and I love you all.